The Christmas lights strung across the hotel ballroom blur together as I grab my third glass of champagne. I shouldn't be drinking on suppressants, but my nerves are shot. 3 years. I've kept my secret for 3 years at Sterling Industries. And tonight feels dangerous in a way I can't explain. Elliot, there you are. Jenny from accounting waves at me. Her beta sent neutral and safe. Can you believe they rented out the entire Grand Meridian? Mr. Sterling really went all out this year. I force a smile, tugging at my collar. The suppressant patch on my hip feels warm. Too warm. That's not normal. I checked it this morning. Fresh patch, 24-hour protection, pharmacy grade. But something feels wrong. Yeah, it's incredible, I say, scanning for the exits. Always know where the exits are. Rule number 1 of being a stealth Omega in corporate America. The ballroom is packed with at least 200 employees. The scent of expensive cologne, perfume, and holiday candles fills the air. Most people here are betas, maybe 70%. The alphas are easy to spot, standing taller, louder, taking up more space. I've trained myself to fade into the background, to be forgettable. My phone buzzes. A notification from my heat tracker app. Cycle day 14. Next heat expected in 12 days. 12 days. I can make it 12 more days. Then I'll call in sick like I always do. Ride it out alone in my apartment with my collection of toys and a mini fridge full of food. It's not glamorous, but it's safe. Attention, everyone. The VP of Operations taps the microphone. CEO Adrian Sterling has arrived. The crowd parts like the Red Sea, and that's when my entire world tilts sideways. He walks in wearing a black suit that probably cost more than my car. Dark hair, sharp jawline, eyes that missed nothing. I've seen him before in the elevator at company meetings, always distant and untouchable. But I've never been in the same room when his scent could reach me. Cedarwood, clean rain, something else underneath, something that makes my suppressant patch feel like it's literally burning my skin. No. My heart pounds so hard I can feel it in my throat. The champagne glass slips from my fingers, shattering on the marble floor. People turn to look, but I barely notice. All I can focus on is the way Adrian Sterling's head snaps toward me, his nostrils flaring. Our eyes meet across 50 feet of crowded ballroom. His pupils dilate, bleeding into gold at the edges. Alpha eyes, and I watch his carefully controlled expression crack, just for a second, into something raw and hungry and possessive. He can smell me. The patch failed. Oh God, the patch failed completely. I back away, knocking into a serving table. Other alphas are starting to notice now. Heads turning. Confusion rippling through the crowd. My Omega scent is flooding the room, sweet and terrified and unmated. Excuse me, I choke out, stumbling toward the hallway. My legs feel weak. Is this my heat coming early? That's impossible. I have 12 days. The app said 12 days. But fated mates, no. Those are rare. 1 in 10,000 rare. This can't be happening. I make it to an empty conference room and slam the door, locking it with shaking hands. My whole body is overheating. I rip the failed patch off my hip and stare at it. The adhesive is fine, but the medication reservoir is empty. A manufacturing defect. 1 in a million chance, and it happened tonight. I'm spiraling, trying to remember my emergency protocol. I have suppressants in my car. I just need to get to the parking garage, get out of here before a knock on the door makes me jump. Elliot Harper. His voice is deep controlled, but I can hear the strain underneath. Open the door. Go away. My voice cracks. Please, just go away. I'm not going anywhere. Adrian Sterling, the CEO, the man who runs $1 billion tech company. Sounds like he's barely holding himself together. Every alpha out there caught your scent. Do you understand what that means? I understand perfectly. Unmated Omega, scent-drunk alphas, and modern civilization is only a thin veneer over ancient instincts. I can handle myself, I lie. Open this door, or I'm breaking it down. Your choice. Something in his tone makes me believe him. I unlock it with trembling fingers. He slips inside and locks it behind him, and the small conference room suddenly feels microscopic. Up close, his scent is overwhelming. My knees actually buckle. Adrian catches me, his hands firm on my arms, and the skin-to-skin contact sends electricity through my entire body. His eyes are still edged with gold. "Fated mates," he breathes, like the words are being torn from him. I never thought I'd. This isn't happening. I try to pull away, but my body won't cooperate. My Omega instincts are screaming at me to submit, to tilt my head and bare my throat. I've spent 3 years suppressing these instincts, and now they're roaring back with a vengeance. "Listen to me." Adrian's voice drops lower, taking on that alpha command tone that makes my spine tingle. He must notice my reaction because he softens immediately. "I'm sorry. I'm not trying to." He runs a hand through his perfect hair, destroying it. "I've never felt anything like this before." "Neither have I," I whisper. "I need to leave. I need to get out of here. Not through that ballroom. It's not safe." His jaw clenches. "Marcus Chun was watching you. That VP who thinks he should have my job? He's an alpha with a reputation." Horror floods through me. I've heard the whispers about Marcus Chun. HR complaints that disappeared. Settlements with NDAs. What do I do? The question comes out small and frightened, and I hate it. Adrian's expression shifts, something protective and fierce taking over. "You trust me for the next 20 minutes. Can you do that?" I should say no. I don't know this man. But my Omega instincts are screaming that he's safe, that he's mine, and right now I don't have better options. "Okay," I whisper. He shrugs off his suit jacket and drapes it over my shoulders. His scent envelopes me, and my panic actually eases a fraction. Then he pulls out his phone, typing rapidly. My driver is bringing my car to the service entrance. We go out the back way, avoid the crowd entirely. He looks at me, and those gold-edged eyes are somehow gentle. "I'm taking you home. You're home. You'll give me your address, I'll get you there safely. And then I'll leave. I promise." Just like that. Just like that. He reaches out slowly, giving me time to pull away, and tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. The gesture is so tender it makes my chest ache. Tomorrow we'll figure out the rest. But right now all that matters is getting you somewhere safe. I nod, not trusting my voice. Adrian guides me through empty back hallways, his hand on the small of my back. When we pass a group of kitchen staff, he moves in front of me, blocking their view. His entire body language screams protection. And despite everything, I feel safe. The December air hits us as we exit into the service alley. His black Mercedes is waiting, and he opens the door for me personally. As I slide into the leather seat, wrapped in his jacket and surrounded by his scent, one thought circles through my mind. My life just changed forever. I woke up to 17 missed calls and a text from an unknown number. It's Adrian Sterling. "Take the day off. I've handled HR. We need to talk when you're ready." My apartment smells like cedarwood and rain. His jacket is draped over my chair, and I buried my face in it last night like some pathetic romance novel character. I'm still wearing yesterday's clothes. My reflection in the bathroom mirror shows dark circles under my eyes and hair that looks like I fought a battle. The battle was internal, and I lost. Because every cell in my body wants to call him back, wants to hear his voice, wants to be near him. This is exactly why I've stayed on suppressants for years. I refuse to be controlled by biology. My phone buzzes again. Jenny from accounting. "OMG, are you okay? You disappeared last night, and there are rumors." Perfect. Just perfect. I spend Monday hiding in my apartment, eating cereal for every meal and ignoring my phone. By Tuesday, my anxiety wins. I need to face this. I get dressed in my armor. The gray suit that makes me look professional and forgettable, extra concealer, and a fresh suppressant patch that I check 3 times. The office feels different when I walk in. People stare, whisper. I catch fragments. Heard he's an Omega. CEO's car. No way that actually happened. I make it to my cubicle in the data analysis department and find a coffee cup on my desk. Expensive coffee from that place downtown that charges $8 for a latte. There's a note in sharp, precise handwriting. 9th floor when you're ready. As the 9th floor. Executive territory. I've never been past the 7th floor in 3 years. Elliot Harper? A woman in a perfect pencil skirt appears beside my cubicle. "I'm Sandra Kim, Mr. Sterling's executive assistant. He's asked to see you at your earliest convenience." Every head in the office swivels, toward us. Of course, I managed, my face burning. So much for keeping a low profile. The elevator ride to the 9th floor feels endless. Sandra makes polite small talk about the weather while I try not to panic. The doors open to reveal a completely different world. Floor-to-ceiling windows, modern art, and silence. Down here we have buzzing fluorescent lights and motivational posters. Up here they have an actual Rothko. Adrian's office is at the end of the hall, behind glass doors. Sandra knocks once and opens them. He's standing by the windows, hands in his pockets, looking out over the city. He's wearing charcoal gray today, and when he turns around, those devastating eyes lock onto mine. Thank you, Sandra. Hold my calls. She disappears, closing the doors behind her. We're alone. You didn't call, Adrian says simply. I needed time to think. I stay near the door, maintaining distance. What did you tell HR? The truth, that you experienced a medical emergency at the party and I ensured you got home safely. He moves toward his desk, and I notice the careful way he keeps space between us. I also reminded them that designation discrimination is illegal, and any employee engaging in harassment will be terminated immediately. That won't stop the gossip. No, he admits, but it will stop anything actionable. He gestures to the chair across from his desk. Please sit. I promise I'm not going to do anything you don't want. I sit, perching on the edge of a leather chair. His office smells like him, and my Omega instincts are purring contentedly. Traitor instincts. Adrian sits across from me, and for a moment we just look at each other. He looks tired, I realize, like he didn't sleep either. I've been researching fated mates, he says quietly. I read 17 articles yesterday. Scientific journals, personal accounts, legal precedents. He pulls out a folder, an actual physical folder, and slides it across the desk. Did you know there are only about 400 documented fated mate pairs in the United States? I didn't know that. I open the folder and see printouts, highlighted passages, handwritten notes in the margins. He actually did his homework. The bond will get stronger, Adrian continues. Being apart will become uncomfortable, eventually painful. Heat cycles can become irregular. Your next heat might come early, triggered by proximity to me. My stomach drops. How early? The research varies. Anywhere from a few weeks to a few days. He leans forward, elbows on his desk. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you because you deserve to know what we're dealing with. What do you want from me? The question comes out sharper than I intended. Adrian flinches slightly. What? Elliot, I spent 12 hours trying to figure that out myself. He stands, pacing to the windows. My parents had an arranged bond. Political merger between two alpha families. They hated each other. I grew up watching them tear each other apart in the name of duty and instinct. I wasn't expecting personal history. I'm sorry. I swore I'd never bond with anyone. He turns back to me. I've dated casually, kept everything surface level. Built my company, focused on work. It was simple, safe. His laugh is bitter. And then I walked into that ballroom and smelled cinnamon and vanilla and something uniquely you, and my entire life plan exploded. The raw honesty in his voice makes my chest tight. I have a proposal, Adrian says. A courtship contract. It's legally binding, but includes a dissolution clause. We spend 6 months getting to know each other as people, not just as Alpha and Omega. No expectations. No pressure. If at the end of 6 months we want to pursue the bond, we do. If not, we part ways with legal protections in place. I stare at him. That's the most unromantic thing I've ever heard. I know. He almost smiles. But you're a data analyst. You think in logic and spreadsheets. And so do I, when I'm not being hijacked by biology. He pulls out another document. I had my lawyers draw it up this morning. You can have your own lawyer review it. Take all the time you need. I take the contract, flipping through pages of legal language. It's thorough boundaries, financial disclosures, privacy clauses, therapy provisions, a clear exit strategy. Why are you doing this? I ask quietly. Adrian meets my eyes. Because the look on your face when you ran from that ballroom? Pure terror. And I never want to be the reason you feel that way again. He moves closer, crouching down, so we're eye level. I won't force this bond, Elliot. I won't use alpha commands or manipulation. If this happens between us, it happens because we both choose it freely. Something in my chest cracks open. In my mind, I see flashes. My college professor backing me into his office, telling me omegas were too emotional for PhD programs, right before he assaulted me. The years of hiding, of suppressants, of making myself invisible. And here's Adrian Sterling, one of the most powerful alphas in the city, offering me choice. I need time to read this properly. I manage. Of course. And Elliot? He stands, offering me his hand to help me up. When our fingers touch, that electric current runs through me again. For what it's worth, I like you. Not your designation. You. The way you organize your desk by color. How you always bring homemade lunch. The fact that you've revolutionized our data modeling in 3 years and barely anyone notices. I freeze. You know about my data models? I read every quarterly report. Your work is brilliant. His smile is genuine warm. I'd like to get to know the person behind the brilliance. No pressure. Just coffee. Maybe dinner. See what happens. I should say no. This is crazy. But I look at this powerful man who did 17 hours of research to understand what I'm going through, who created a legal document to protect me, who's looking at me like I'm precious. Coffee, I hear myself say. We can start with coffee. His smile could power the entire building. As I leave his office, contract in hand, I realize something terrifying. I want this. Not just a bond. Though my Omega instincts are screaming yes. I want to know this man. The real Adrian Sterling, not the CEO mask. My phone buzzes. A text from him. There's a cafe 3 blocks away. No one from the office. Goes there. Saturday at 10? I type back, it's a date. Then I delete it and retype. See then? But we both know the truth. It is a date. 3 weeks of coffee dates, and I'm in trouble. Not the fated mate bond trouble. Though that's getting stronger every day. No, I'm in the dangerous kind of trouble where I actually like him. Adrian Sterling is a complete nerd who can code in 7 programming languages and gets genuinely excited about data visualization. He's nothing like the cold CEO everyone fears. We're at his penthouse for the first time. A sleek, minimalist space with smart home everything and a view that makes my apartment look like shoebox. I'm trying not to panic because my heat tracker app just sent me an alert that changed everything. Heat predicted in 48 to 72 hours. Cycle irregularity detected. Consult physician. Adrian notices my face. He always notices. What's wrong? I show him my phone with shaking hands. It's early. 3 weeks early. The articles you found were right. He goes very still, and I watch him process this. His eyes flicker gold for just a second before he controls it. Okay, we have options. There are heat hotels with professional attendants. Or you can ride it out at your apartment like you usually do. I can arrange for food, delivery security. Or I interrupt because there's clearly an option he's not saying. Adrian runs his hand through his hair. The nervous tell I've learned over 3 weeks of watching him. Or you could stay here with me. But Elliot, I need you to understand what that means. My heart is pounding so hard I can hear it. Tell me. He moves to the kitchen island, putting physical distance between us like he needs the space to think clearly. Fated mate heats are more intense than regular heats. You'll need an alpha present or you could actually get hurt. Fever spikes, dehydration, dangerous hormone levels. He's talking in that clinical tone he uses when he's trying not to feel things. I've been researching this for weeks, preparing for this possibility. Preparing how? He pulls out his tablet and shows me a document. It's titled Heat Protocol, Consent, and Boundaries. I scroll through pages of detailed planning. Safe words, medical supplies, hydration schedules, cooling stations, communication signals for when I'm too far gone to speak clearly. You made a spreadsheet for my heat, I say, somewhere between laughing and crying. I make spreadsheets for everything. His slight smile fades. But this is serious, Elliot. If you stay here, I'll help you through it. I'll use my hands, toys, whatever you need. But no bonding bite. No nodding. Not until we both decide we're ready for that level of commitment. The fact that he's thought this through, that he's prioritizing my consent even when ancient biology will be screaming at both of us. It does something to me. What if you can't control yourself? I ask quietly, what if your alpha takes over? Then you use the safe word, and I leave. I've already arranged for a backup Dr. Sarachin. She's an Omega specialist. One call, and she'll be here in 15 minutes to take over my role. He meets my eyes. I won't hurt you. I'd rather rip my own arm off. I'd believe him. That's the terrifying part. I actually believe him. I want to stay here, I whisper. With you. The relief on his face is profound. Okay, then we prepare. Come on, I'll show you the setup. His bedroom is huge, dominated by a California king bed that's already been prepared, soft sheets, multiple pillows, a mini fridge stocked with electrolyte drinks and fruit. There's an attached bathroom with a walk-in shower and a bathtub that could fit 3 people. The AC is programmable. Tell me if you get too hot or cold. He opened the drawer, and I see an array of toys, various sizes, types, all clearly new and expensive. My face burns. I wasn't sure what you prefer, so I got options. Whatever you don't want, we don't use. This is the strangest, most considerate thing anyone has ever done for me. Adrian, I start, but he's already moving to the closet. I have nesting materials, blankets, pillows, some of my shirts if you want my scent. He's talking faster now, nervous energy. The windows have blackout shades. The door locks from the inside. You control the environment completely. I grab his hand, stopping his frantic preparations. Hey, look at me. He does. And I see the fear underneath his controlled exterior. He's terrified of messing this up. Thank you, I say simply, for all of this, for treating me like a person, not just an Omega in heat. His hand tightens around mine. You are a person. That's all you've ever been to me. The moment stretches between us, charged with everything we haven't said yet. I'm falling for him. Have been falling for 3 weeks of coffee dates and late-night texts and conversations about everything from quantum computing to our favorite childhood cartoons. My phone buzzes. Another alert. Preheat symptoms may begin soon. Prepare accordingly. I should go home and pack, I say reluctantly. I'll drive you. Adrian doesn't let go of my hand. We'll get whatever you need. Bring it back here. You shouldn't be alone if preheat starts. The drive to my apartment is quiet. I can feel my body starting to change, skin more sensitive, awareness heightened. The constant pull toward Adrian getting stronger. He carries my overnight bag. And when we return to his penthouse, the sun is setting over the city. I'm going to order dinner, Adrian says. Thai food okay? He should eat before things get intense. We eat pad thai on his couch, and it feels surreal, like we're a normal couple doing normal things, not 2 people about to experience one of the most intense biological events possible. Halfway through dinner, the first cramp hits. I gasp, doubling over. Adrian's beside me instantly, his hand on my back. It's starting, I manage. Oh God, it's starting. Okay. His voice is steady grounding. Let's get you to the bedroom. Can you walk? I can barely. The heat is building fast, too fast. By the time we reach his bedroom, I'm burning up. Adrian helps me out of my shirt, and the skin-to-skin contact when his fingers brush my shoulder makes me moan. His eyes flash gold. Elliot, I need you to listen. Safe word is red light. Yellow light means slow down. Green light means keep going. Can you remember that? Red, yellow, green, I repeat, but my brain is getting foggy. The heat is overwhelming everything. Adrian strips down to his boxer briefs, practical, not seductive, giving me access to his scent without the complication of full nudity. He helps me into the bed, and I immediately bury myself in the pile of his shirts, surrounding myself with cedar wood and rain. That's it, he murmurs. Build your nest however you want it. The next hours are a blur of sensations. Adrian's hands on my skin, cool cloths on my forehead. His voice talking me through each wave. He's patient, careful, constantly checking in even when I can barely form words. When I beg him to bite me, to claim me, he just kisses my forehead and whispers, "Not yet, sweetheart. Not until you can consent clearly." Somewhere in the fever, I realize something that cuts through the heat haze. I trust him completely. This powerful alpha has me at my most vulnerable, and I feel safe. Between waves, when clarity returns briefly, I find him watching me with such tenderness it makes my chest ache. "You're beautiful like this," he says softly. "Completely yourself. No walls, no hiding." "Adrian," I whisper, "I'm falling in love with you." The words slip out before I can stop them. His eyes widen. And for a moment, I see every emotion flash across his face. Surprise, joy, fear, hope. Elliot, you're in heat. You might not mean. I mean it. Another cramp hits, but I force the words out. I've been falling for weeks. The heat just made me brave enough to say it. He kisses me then, soft and careful and full of promise. I'm falling too, he breathes against my lips. So damn hard. Then the next wave hits, and I'm lost again. But this time I'm not afraid, because I'm not alone anymore. The heat lasted 3 days, and I've been living in Adrian's penthouse for 2 weeks since. We haven't talked about what that means. We're existing in this perfect bubble where he makes me breakfast, we work from his home office together, and every night I fall asleep wrapped in his arms. But reality is knocking, and her name is Sandra Kim. Mr. Sterling, the board is requesting your presence at headquarters. It's urgent. Her voice through the intercom sounds stressed. And Mr. Chen has called an emergency meeting. Adrian's jaw tightens. He's at his desk, I'm on his couch with my laptop. And we both know what this means. Tell him I'll be there in an hour. After he hangs up, the silence is heavy. I should come with you. I say, absolutely not. His response is immediate, almost harsh. Then he softens. Elliot, Marcus has been waiting for an opening. If you walk into that building with me, it gives him ammunition. I work there too. I can't hide forever. You're not hiding. He stops frustrated. I'm trying to protect you. I don't need protection. I need to face this. I close my laptop. We signed a courtship contract. Everything we're doing is legal. What are they going to say? Famous last words. The Sterling Industries headquarters feels different when I walk in beside Adrian. People don't just stare. They photograph us with their phones. I can see it happening in real time. Pictures uploading to social media, gossip spreading like wildfire. Adrian's hand finds the small of my back. A possessive gesture that doesn't help our case but makes my Omega instinct sing. The 9th floor conference room is packed. The entire board of directors sits around the massive table. 12 people who decide the fate of thousands of employees. Marcus Chen sits at the far end, and his smile makes my skin crawl. Adrian, so glad you could join us. Marcus's voice drips with false courtesy. And you brought company. Elliot Harper is my guest, Adrian says coldly, pulling out a chair for me. Actually, Marcus stands, spreading papers across the table. Mr. Harper is the subject of this meeting. We've received complaints about favoritism, inappropriate workplace relationships, and concerns about your judgment, Adrian. My stomach drops. This is worse than I thought. What complaints? Adrian's voice is dangerously quiet. Marcus clicks a remote, and the screen behind him lights up. It's a compilation. Photos of us at coffee shops, leaving his building together, and worst of all, screenshots of private company records. Mr. Harper received a promotion to senior analyst last week, a 30% raise, access to classified projects. Marcus looks at me with barely concealed disgust. Quite a reward for warming the CEO's bed. I'm on my feet before I can think. I earned that promotion with 3 years of exceptional work. My data models have saved this company millions. Sit down, Omega. Marcus's alpha command voice slams into me. My knees buckle. I hate that it works. Hate that biology makes me obey. But then Adrian is there, his presence breaking Marcus's hold on me. Don't you ever use that voice on him again. Adrian's eyes are pure gold now, his alpha presence filling the room. Every person at the table shrinks back, except Marcus. And don't you dare question his qualifications. Elliot's work speaks for itself. Does it? An older woman, board member Patricia Wells, speaks up. Mr. Sterling, we're not questioning Mr. Harper's abilities. We're questioning yours. This relationship is a liability. It opens us to lawsuits, discrimination claims, hostile work environment accusations. We have a legal courtship contract, Adrian counters, which you had your lawyers draft. Marcus leans forward. Tell me, Adrian, when you started this relationship, did you disclose to Mr. Harper that you control his employment, his salary, his entire career trajectory? That's textbook power imbalance. The words hit like physical blows. I see Adrian's face pale because Marcus has found the one argument that will hurt, making Adrian look like the kind of alpha who exploits power. That's enough. I stand again, steadier this time. Mr. Chin, since you've done such thorough research on me, I have a master's degree in data science from MIT. I published 2 papers on predictive algorithms. You know that before Mr. Sterling and I ever spoke personally, I had revolutionized 3 major company projects. Impressive resume, Marcus says smoothly, but it doesn't change the optics. A vulnerable Omega, a powerful Alpha, a suspiciously timed promotion. Vulnerable? I laugh, and it's not a nice sound. You think I'm vulnerable? I've survived in corporate America as a stealth Omega for years. I've dealt with alphas like you who think my designation makes me property. I pull out my phone. Want to talk about hostile work environments? Let's discuss the complaint filed against you last year by Amy Rodriguez, or the settlement with Jennifer Park 2 years ago. Both Omegas, both forced to sign NDAs. The room goes silent. Marcus's face turns red. Those records are sealed, he hisses. Not if you know where to look. I smile coldly. I'm a data analyst, Mr. Chin. I find patterns. And you have a very clear pattern of harassment that HR has been covering up. Patricia Wells looks shocked. Is this true? I have documentation. I continue, pulling out a folder. I learned from Adrian to always come prepared. 12 complaints against Marcus Chin over 5 years. All buried. All paid off. And if this board tries to force Mr. Sterling to end our legal relationship, I'll make sure every news outlet in the city gets these files. It's a bluff. Probably illegal. But I'm done being the vulnerable Omega in this story. Marcus stands so fast his chair falls. You little. Careful. Adrian's voice is lethal. Finish that sentence and I'll have security remove you. You can't do this. Marcus shouts. I'll go to the press. I'll tell them you're compromised. That you're thinking with your... Go ahead. Adrian's calm is terrifying. Tell them I found my fated mate. Tell them I'm in a legal consensual relationship. And while you're doing that, I'll tell them about the embezzlement. Everyone freezes. What embezzlement? Patricia asks slowly. Adrian pulls out his own folder. For the past 2 years, Marcus has been skimming money from our international contracts. Small amounts, carefully hidden. But I've been tracking it since I became suspicious 3 months ago. He slides documents across the table. Roughly $2.3 million funneled through shell companies. Marcus's face goes from red to white. You're lying. You have no proof. I have all the proof. Bank records, email trails, testimony from your assistant who you pressured into silence. Adrian's smile is razor sharp. I was going to handle this quietly. Let you resign with dignity. But you came after what's mine. The possessiveness in his voice makes my heart race. This meeting is over, Patricia declares, looking at Marcus with disgust. Mr. Chin, you're suspended pending investigation. Security will escort you out. Marcus looks at me with pure hatred. This isn't over, Omega. You think you've won, but you've just made a powerful enemy. I'm not afraid of you, I say quietly. Not anymore. Security removes him, and the remaining board members disperse quickly, avoiding eye contact. When we're finally alone in the conference room, I start shaking. Adrian pulls me into his arms immediately. You were incredible, he murmurs into my hair. Terrifying and incredible. I can't believe I just blackmailed the board of directors. You protected yourself. I'm proud of you. He pulls back to look at me. But, Elliot, those files on Marcus, do they really exist? Every word was true. I've been documenting his behavior since my 2nd week at the company. I lean into him. I just never had the courage to use it before. What changed? I look up at this man who made me spreadsheets for my heat, who respects my boundaries, who just defended me in front of his entire board. You, I admit, you made me brave enough to stop hiding. Adrian kisses me then, right there in the conference room, with its glass walls where anyone could see. It's claiming and tender at the same time. When we break apart, his phone is buzzing with notifications. He checks it, and his expression darkens. What is it? Marcus. Adrian shows me the screen. He posted on social media before security took his phone. The story is going viral. The post is ugly. Hashtag Omega manipulation. CEO Adrian Sterling compromised by opportunistic Omega. Sterling Industries in crisis. Oh God, I whisper. But Adrian just smiles. Let him talk. We've got truth on our side. He takes my hand. Ready to face the world together? I squeeze back. Together. 6 months later, and the office Christmas party feels like déjà vu. Same hotel ballroom, same twinkling lights, same expensive champagne. But everything is different now. I'm not hiding anymore. The suppressant patch is gone, replaced by pride in who I am. And Adrian Sterling isn't the untouchable CEO anymore. He's the man who holds my hand in public and doesn't care who sees. You're thinking too loud, Adrian murmurs in my ear, his arm around my waist. We're standing near the windows, watching employees dance and laugh. What's going on in that brilliant mind? Just remembering last year, how terrified I was. He pulls me closer. A lot has changed. That's an understatement. After Marcus's very public meltdown, Sterling Industries became the center of a media firestorm. But Adrian didn't hide. He held a press conference, explained fated mates to a skeptical public, and announced new company policies. Designation blind hiring, protected parental leave for all designations, and a zero-tolerance harassment policy with teeth. The stocks dipped for 2 weeks. Then they skyrocketed when 3 major clients praised the progressive policies and 5 talented Omega executives applied for positions. Mr. Sterling, Mr. Harper. Jenny from accounting waves at us, slightly tipsy. We're taking bets on when you two are finally going to make it official. Adrian laughs, a real laugh that still makes my heart skip. Patience, Jenny. But his hand tightens on my waist, and I catch the nervous energy radiating from him. He's been acting strange all day, distracted during our morning coffee, fidgety during the company-wide presentation. He kept touching his jacket pocket like something was hidden there. Dance with me? I ask, pulling him toward the floor. The DJ is playing something slow and romantic. Adrian holds me close, one hand on my lower back, the other laced with mine. We sway together, and I forget about the watching crowd. It's just us. Elliot, he says softly. Do you remember when I told you about my parents? How they hated each other? Of course. I was wrong to let their mistakes scare me. His gold-flecked eyes meet mine. Because what we have, this isn't obligation or biology forcing us together. This is choice. Every single day I choose you. My throat tightens. Adrian, come with me. I have something to show you. He leads me out of the ballroom, through familiar hallways, until we're standing outside the same conference room where I hid last year, where everything changed. Why are we here? I ask. Adrian opens the door and I gasp. The conference room has been transformed. Fairy lights strung across the ceiling. Candles everywhere. Electric ones, safe but beautiful. Rose petals scattered across the floor. And on the screen behind the conference table, a photo slideshow plays. Us at coffee shops, laughing in his kitchen, asleep on his couch tangled together. My face buried in his neck. What is this? I whisper. This is where I first caught your scent, where I knew my life would never be the same. Adrian takes both my hands. I've spent 6 months falling deeper in love with you, watching you revolutionize our AI ethics division, seeing you mentor young Omega employees, coming home to you every night and thinking, how did I get this lucky? Tears are already streaming down my face. I don't want a courtship contract anymore, Elliot. I don't want 6-month trial periods or dissolution clauses. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a small velvet box. My heart stops. I want forever. I want to wake up next to you when we're 70. I want to build a family with you. I want the bond and the legal marriage and every single complicated, beautiful, messy part of forever. He opens a box. Inside are 2 rings, platinum bands with small diamonds. Simple, elegant, perfect. Elliot Harper, will you marry me? Will you let me be your mate and your husband and your partner in everything? I can't speak, can't breathe. This beautiful, brilliant man is on one knee in a conference room full of fairy lights. Offer me everything I never let myself dream of. Yes, I finally choke out. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Adrian slides a ring onto my finger with shaking hands, then stands and kisses me like I'm oxygen and he's been drowning. I taste salt. My tears or his, I'm not sure. There's more, he says when we break apart. I want to do this right. The bonding, I want it to be perfect. No heat-fueled desperation. I want you clear-headed and choosing me with your whole heart. I choose you, I say fiercely. Right now. I've been ready for months. His eyes flash gold. Here? Now. Why not? I gesture around the transformed room. This is where it started. Let's make it where we officially begin. Adrian's control cracks. He kisses me again, deeper this time, walking me backward until my back hits the wall. His hands are everywhere. My hair, my waist, sliding under my shirt to touch bare skin. Are you sure? He asks against my lips. Once I bite you, there's no going back. The bond is permanent. I've never been more sure of anything. He groans, and I feel his teeth graze my neck, right over my scent gland, the spot that will mark me as is forever. My Omega instincts are singing, finally, finally, finally. I love you, Adrian breathes. My brilliant, brave, beautiful mate. Then he bites. The pain is sharp and immediate, but it transforms into something else. Pleasure and connection and a feeling like coming home. I can feel him in my mind suddenly. His emotions flooding through. Overwhelming love, fierce protectiveness. Joy so intense it takes my breath away. When he pulls back, his lips are stained with my blood. His eyes are pure gold. Your turn, he says, tilting his head to expose his neck. I've never bitten anyone before, but instinct guides me. I lean in, finding his scent gland, and bite down hard. Adrian's groan vibrates through both our bodies. The bond snaps into place completely, a golden thread connecting us, permanent and unbreakable. I can feel everything he feels, the love, the certainty, the absolute conviction that I'm his person, his mate, his forever. We sink to the floor together, holding each other as the bond settles. My bite mark on his neck is already forming the distinctive scar pattern. Everyone will know he's claimed. His mark on me pulses with warmth. How do you feel? Adrian asks, kissing my forehead. Complete, I whisper. Like I was missing a piece of myself and I just found it. His smile is incandescent. We stay there for a long time, wrapped in each other, until someone knocks on the door. Sandra's voice. Mr. Sterling? The staff is wondering if you're planning to return to the party. Adrian laughs. Give us 5 minutes. When we finally emerge, my shirt collar is adjusted to hide the bite mark. Barely. Adrian doesn't even try to hide his. We walk back into the ballroom hand in hand, and the entire party falls silent. Then Jenny shouts, "Oh my God, they're bonded," and the place erupts in cheers. Champagne appears. People are hugging us, congratulating us. I catch Adrian's eye across the crowd, and the love flowing through our new bond makes me dizzy with happiness. Later, when we're slow dancing again, Adrian whispers, "I have one more surprise." I don't think my heart can take more surprises tonight. He grins. This one's for the future. I've been researching adoption agencies. I know we talked about wanting kids someday, and I found this amazing organization that specializes in placing Omega children with families who understand. I kiss him to shut him up. You're perfect. You know that. I'm yours, he corrects. That's all that matters. The song ends, and the DJ announces last call. As people start filtering out, Adrian and I slip away to his car. The drive to our penthouse, not his anymore, ours, is quiet, peaceful. Inside, he carries me to our bedroom. We make love slowly, carefully, learning how the bond changes everything. I can feel his pleasure mixed with mine, can sense his thoughts like whispers in my mind. Afterward, lying in his arms with his bite mark throbbing gently on my neck, I think about the terrified man who ran from a Christmas party exactly 1 year ago. How broken I was. How sure I'd never trust an alpha again. Thank you, I whisper. For what? For being patient. For seeing me as a person first. For making me brave. Adrian kisses my bonding mark, sending shivers through me. Thank you for choosing me. For trusting me with your heart. Always, I promise. And through our bond, I feel his response, forever. Outside, snow begins to fall on the city. Inside, we fall asleep tangled together, bonded mates engaged to be married and completely, perfectly in love. 1 year ago, I ran for my fate. Tonight, I claimed it.